you're on 3, your scope. It's on turn 5 right now. Oh, okay.
There's like 3 trees right in the way.
There's another one to the right.
What?
One way to the right.
Oh, I see.
I don't think that was a doe. That was a buck.
That was a buck.
He's chasing the doe. Yeah. They're pretty far. Can't see him now.
I see it.
Is it a buck?
That's a little buck.
If you see it, you can shoot it, you know.
He's to the left of the door, to the left, to the right.
There's a deer walking right now. Yep. Right. Straight down the hill. There's the tree.
That's not a spike.
What? You don't see? You see a bigger buck? Where?
It's not a spike.
How big is it? I don't even know wide.
107 pointer.
Really?
Yes. Walk this way.
Keep the gun ready. Did he go over the ridge or is he just in the leaves? He's right behind that leaves right there. Right on the break here. Where he turns the leaves. He was walking that very edge and he's right back. That's the one I thought was a spike. I was on a spike, so I don't know where the other one is. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm shaking like crazy. Just had a pretty good chance at a nice buck. But it's so leafy in here. I don't think they got a shot. I only got him on camera for a second. Hopefully they make their way back. It looked like he was chasing a doe, so they're still on their feet. It's 9 o'clock. It's 9:14 now. They're still on their feet moving around, so we got a pretty good shot.
Oh.
Yeah, right there. It's right here. And that's it. He never comes out into that open. Oh, there he is right there. That's all we got of him. A couple of seconds. Let's see. I'll go back to here. That's a good buck.
Well, we saw what looked like an 8-pointer. It walked by us 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. Saw a spike and 3 does. And then the 8-pointer came back, slowly walking. There's a few openings that I had, but I couldn't get it in the scope. And then I had a shot, but it was behind some leaves, and I didn't take the shot. Yeah, so that's what happened. We're trying to find a spot to sit with visibility, and so we can see the deer where they're coming from, because we know where they went, but we didn't know where they were coming from. So we want to be able to see them so we can get a good shot off. That's what we're doing. There's there's a field, and then where we were sitting, in between there's a little ravine, and they were walking through, and then where we are right now is where they walked up. But all the deer that we saw came through here. That guy was just sitting there.
No, I moved now again. Yeah, he's following those does. Good morning, everybody. This is our last sit for the youth hunt. It's Sunday the 11th, and it is very, very windy this morning, which has its pros, that's for sure. We must have sounded like a freight train coming through the woods yesterday with 3 of us walking, with the leaves crunching and the sticks breaking, and it had to have been loud because it was dead calm yesterday. And now today, it's pretty windy. We got gusts up to 20 miles an hour. It looks a little calmer down here in the valley where we are, but those leaves in the trees and that wind is going to help us get in there a lot more stealthily. We'll be able to get in pretty easy. However, with that said, you have the downside in which we won't hear the deer once we're set up. That's so we won't have a lot of warning. As you've seen yesterday, the shooting lanes they're sparse. So not hearing the deer is going to put us at a pretty big disadvantage today. But hopefully if we get one near, we'll have a grunt call today. We can get them to stop, give us some time, and make a shot happen. It's not the end of the world if you don't get a deer during youth season. That way you can hunt, the regular rifle season for a buck too, because you don't want to lose that excitement either. But obviously, if you can get one now, get one in the books. It'll be worth it. So anyway, I think I see them coming. Yes, they are. So let's get loaded up and get in the woods, shall we? And have ourselves an awesome morning.
I got I saw his head, he lifted it up, put it back down, and I just went back a little bit, it smoked him. I know I hit him.
I'm pretty sure you.
I want to say he kicked.
I hit him.
Yeah.
That's the first time I saw him is when you shot. I could have swore I saw him kick.
Yes, he did. Because he jumped and kicked.
Right? Is that the 8-pointer?
Yes, yes, yes. Super dark body. Oh my god.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, I saw leaves and then I saw him pick his head up. I was like, I can see brown. And he took one step. Pow! And I saw him kick his legs. Oh. Yeah. He went straight that way. Straight to the right.
Yeah, when the walker shot, he bumps into me. I'm like, oh man.
I didn't feel anything.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh.
Like the same rack.
Yes.
I don't know if he's. I mean, he's got, decent little tines on him. I bet.
Look. I think he's comparable to your 8-pointer.
I didn't see him run at all. I looked like he went.
Oh, no.
He might.
No,
I just saw the
him
kick.
And then I, boom, just straight that way.
I could see him standing broadside in this big opening. I'm like, Walker, shoot. It seems like you can't see him. I'm
And
like,
then I moved and I'm like, oh my gosh. Because I was like, what are you looking at? And then I could see him pick his head up. And I turned, I'm like, he's right there.
Walker's staring at one of them little leaves like I can't see him. Like, no, just do this.
Flop
and
over. Oh my god. I don't know, might have just left it over there.
So if you remember the first time I ever filmed him youth hunting, he killed a buck. We couldn't find blood. Well, same thing.
Standing there.
That's it.
Yeah. Alright, so we see the deer. He's up on a hillside. We're trying to get in position here to get a shot where we're not shooting over the hill. Know your target and what's beyond. He's pretty hurt, or he's got it. He got up. He just got up and ran a little bit, so we'll see. He looks really injured. He was hobbling really bad, so it shouldn't be too long. And we'll have him down on the ground, but let's try to get in position and take an ethical shot. This is a tough one. This is a tough week for SgtOutdoors, and this is a tough one for Walker to swallow. It's a tough one for all of us because it's just like we were on cloud 9 thinking we made a great shot. Find no blood. I mean, we gave it a good 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Thinking we made a good shot. We started moving up on it. He was walking on the hillside and he was clearly injured, but we couldn't take a shot there because, we didn't want to send a round over the hill. Then we couldn't find blood. Then, I mean, we didn't get a lot of this on camera because it just got to be too much, like trying to keep up with everybody. But then 2 deer came off the other hillside. Like one was going up, one was coming down. We got distracted by those deer, confused, thinking one of them might have been that buck, and they all looked healthy. Spent some time there. And then we circled back and we finally found the blood, and it was just 2 droplets. Talking droplets of blood. 50 yards, maybe 30 to 50 yards. Droplets of blood, 30, 50 yards. That was the last droplets of blood that we could possibly find. I mean, I was literally on my hands and knees trying to find that next droplet to figure out the direction he was going. And during that time frame, Preston went ahead, guessing on where that deer would go, made a good judgment, was trying to find the next blood, kicked that deer up. And I mean, at this point, it had been an hour and a half, close to an hour. It was probably an hour. And we saw him going up the other hillside, got another round on him. But where he was standing when that happened and where we know he kept moving, there was no more blood, so that round missed. And then from there was no more blood. We couldn't find any. It was just... So we don't know. We don't know what the case may be. We're thinking it was a high shot, maybe liver. The cavity was filling up with blood before it started coming out, so... Oh, what time was it? 7:40? 7:30 we shot him. I mean, we spent almost 4 hours in there. Tracking, following, finding. I just couldn't come up with a deer, so... You know, it is what it is. This is hunting. Mistakes happen, and it's just a tough one when it's kids learning their lessons. You know, when I shoot it, you know, we give each other shit. You made a terrible shot, I'm an idiot. But when you're still learning, you still can't get on target very quickly. You're young. It's going to happen. So that's directly to you, Walker. It's going to happen. And for shits and giggles, if anyone watching this wants to, help out with the understanding, let us know if you've ever lost a deer. If you've ever thought you made a good shot, jumped it, gone forever, things like that. Because I know my dad's biggest deer of his life, we never found that deer. And that thing was dumping blood. So it's going to happen. It's part of hunting. It's part of life. It just really, really sucks and hurts when it happens. It's just rough. You know, there's a whole bunch of things we could have done different. If we're 20 yards up more, we can take a shot on that first hill and he could drop right there. You know, if Walker would have been right next to Preston when he kicked it up, could have put another round in him at 40 yards. Instead, it was 140 yards. There were so many things that if it just could have been different. And that is the part that is frustrating and that eats away at you for the longest, is the little things that could have went different the whole time. And it's just tough. It just really sucks to end an episode like this, but you gotta put these episodes out. It's part of hunting. It is what it is. So get on to the next one. Next weekend we'll be out with Marilyn with the bow. It's gonna be nice and cold. Oh man, this just sucks. We were cloud 9. I really thought we were gonna walk over and that deer was just gonna be laying just over the ridge. Anyway, alright. Sorry guys. It is what it is.